the 6th millennia, meaning from 5,000 onwards, if the Chumayan of Chochmah, the well springs of Chachma, of wisdom, will open. And arguably, there have been more discoveries made in the last 100 years than in all of the world's history before them. There are things that are unimaginable. When you learn in the early Sefer Halachas or the Mishnah, there were only 4 fabrics. Everything was either wool, cotton, right, flax, or silk. That's it. There was no elastic, which changed the way all garments are, you realize. Everybody had to have these rather difficult to tie belts. Everything was different, even on the simplest level. I gave you an example of clothing. Okay, what we eat. Who would dream of an ordinary person having the variety of food we have today? The colors that we have today? Who would dream of it? So part of the chachma of the world is that they figured out technology. The Chafetz Chaim was amazed at the telephone. Somebody could hear me thousands of miles away. Now people could envision what it is that Hashem hears you, la'ela ula'ela. So all of the technology is part of the plan. The fact that something is part of the plan doesn't mean we don't make choices. So, because everything can be used for the bad, and it does say sur me'va va'aseto, the Olam HaTorah has always been suspicious of technology because it could be used for the bad. I remember when cell phones were looked at with a great deal of askance. You walk on the street and people see you're talking and they hear your private business, and now everybody would agree that there's nothing wrong with owning a cell phone and using it. Okay, so the same thing holds with other technology. It's a matter of choice. Yes, it is designed to be addictive, but you're the one who decides what you do with your time. Okay. Yes, you could be tempted to see wrong things, but when you realize that Torah Anytime, I'm trying to remember the number, it gets something like 100,000 hits every other day. People who would not have been learning Torah, who are learning through Torah Anytime. Rav Usher Weiss mentioned to me, not to me, to my husband, we were visiting with him with my husband, but we were talking about technology. I think he said 35,000, something like that. Okay, my husband said maybe means 3,500, could be. But 35,000 maybe, or 3,500, whatever it is. Listen to his shiur every day. And not every day, every week, but he gives a shiur. In the entire history of the Jews, nobody had audiences such as this. Nobody. You look at the pictures of the yeshivas, the great yeshivas, Panovich. How many people could hear a shiur at once? 1,000, 2,000? There are many more than that, but are they all in the base meters at once? And they will hear at once? And is every shiur fit for each person's hearing? Technology is wonderful if you use it well. Being in contact with your relatives abroad is a wonderful thing. Technology is a gewalt, it's part of the plan. But I don't have to tell you how much it could be abused. The level of Lashon Hara that I've heard about, I once said something there, is tremendous. The level of Hefkevus is even worse. The Gilei Arayot, it's all there. But what did Hashem say? He said, Re'eh, I put before you what? How does it continue in the Torah? Life and death, good and bad. Choose life. If you feel yourself that your personal reality is that you're tempted to be where you shouldn't be, then you have to be more severe with yourself than somebody who isn't tempted. And you have to be honest. So I'll give you an example. My first husband was in charge of all of the Gashmiya side of Pachad Yitzchak, Rabbi Yonas and David's yeshiva. He bought a computer with internet to keep up with the bills and this and that. He never used it for anything other than that and some Torah sites. He wasn't tempted to. We didn't have a filter because he didn't understand why are people saying books like, who would want to watch anything except a Torah site or the bills from the gas company? Like, where are people coming from? So I knew better. And after Spatira, I put in a filter because I know me. Okay, so that's, you have to be honest with yourself. Yeah. And by serious Rabbanim would we recommend having internet without a serious filter. And again, the more tempted you are, the more serious you have to be about restrictions.